Hello again, everyone. Saki here, and welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Racing 2003 season in the 2019 mod with the 2020 car set. We are here at Chicagoland for our next race in the championship, and as you can see down there inside row one is Brandon in that wreckingandracing.com podcast Toyota. If you're looking for a new podcast to listen to and you're a NASCAR fan, head on over to wreckingandracing.com or email wreckingandracing@gmail.com and let Lugs and the Gas Man know that Saka sent you. We are ready for 27 laps here. We are within our fuel window after lap 5, so it may be one tank of fuel in right sides as of now if we stay green. Speaking of which, green flag is out, looking to the inside of the 8 of Daniel Hemrick. I'm thinking maybe going to the inside, but thinking better of it. Behind us 3 wide though, we've got Chase Elliott, look like Stenhouse and Johnson. Getting that pull down the back straightaway, trying to keep it on the bottom as much as possible. The bottom is definitely the faster way around. You could probably roll turn 4 up high if you can get up there, but as you can see, the 88 will keep us honest on that outside, staying to the bottom, but we should get him on turn 1 entry. Brandon leading the 11 of Denny Hamlin and the 24 of William Byron, the 10 of Eric Almirola there with Martin Truex Jr. as well. We can finally get out to the wall and set ourselves up on the 42 of Matt Kenseth, looking to the inside of that 21 of Matt DiBenedetto. Now with these guys running side by side, we should get a good run here down to the bottom. Let's use that apron and take the absolute shortest way around the racetrack. It's not out of bounds. We just need to make sure that we can get in line smoothly. And Kenseth rolls out, gets right back to our rear bumper, but doesn't get quite into us. We can roll that throttle off of turn 2 and stay to the inside of the 8 of Daniel Hemrick. One thing that I've noticed is these AI cars roll out of the gas really bad exiting turn 4, and they lose their entire straightaway speed when they're side by side. Brad Keselowski keeping us honest on the outside, then we'll get single file, and as this race goes on, everyone else should pretty much find their single file running order. Only a few cars side by side back there, and those that stay side by side will lose more time. But we've got a net gain bonus on our starting spot for sure. We just need to make sure that we can pick and choose our battles where they matter. Kyle Busch going under the 22, that will help keep our momentum under the 14. See if we can get this pass done. Going to the inside, we didn't even have to take the apron, and we might be able to get under the 22 as well. No, Joey cuts down to the bottom, the Kyle Busch to our outside. We got Brad and Clint right behind us as well. We can't get out to the wall with Kyle holding that line up, but making our way forward is as best we can. And it looks like after Logano, we have some clean track in front of us to catch up to the 12 of Blaney as well. So we'll see if we can get some fast laps done. Brandon still paces the field, and he is going as fast as he can. Really tough to get that car to hook the bottom when we sort of dive bomb a little bit, not too awful much, but we do get that pass done. Tires might be a little bit angry after that exchange, but no worries. We'll roll out and take care of them as this run continues. Looks like Harvick looked under Truex just for a split second, thought better of it, got back in line, and now Blaney is attack on Harvick as well. And we are redlining tremendously going down into turn 1. This is where we're making up a lot of time though. And as long as we can keep moving forward and see if we can get that draft off the 12, everything will be good. We've gapped the 22 just a bit. And those 4 cars running really close together, we might be able to make short work of them. Looks like Hamlin under attack by the 24 of William Byron. Byron goes to the inside there as well, so that may bring second and third place back to us. Touching the apron there, got a little bit too low, trying to get back on the power. That wiggle lost us a little bit of speed down the back straightaway. We'll see if we can capitalize going into turn 3, and indeed, the 24 and the 11 are still side by side, slowing each other up. You can see that gap that they've lost to Brandon. They're coming back to us with everyone running single file in front of us. And with only 40 miles in this race, we're clicking by very quickly. probably looking to pit it around lap 13 or 14. That will split this run directly in half. We could go a little bit further all the way to lap 17, but I don't think there will be yellow. Everyone else is pretty much minding their own business, not too much side-by-side racing. So this race has a green feel, so the earlier we can get on new tires, the more speed we're going to make up. Truex looking to the inside, gets back in line. If Almirola and Truex can run side by side, that will bring Harvick and Blaney right back to us. Getting that pull, we're really set up now. We might be able to get Blaney on the exit of turn 4 here, or maybe the entry of turn 1. We're going to see. Yeah, he didn't roll out of the gas too awful much exiting 4, but we did get that really good launch. We'll take to the apron, get under Blaney, go side by side, and set sights on Kevin Harvick as well. Ryan rolls out of the gas and gives us that spot. So let's settle in here, see if we can pick up some speed, see if we can leave Ryan behind just a little bit, and as these tires go away, this AI competition will back up to us. Good run off of 4 here. This will set us up nicely, maybe for a 3-for-1. Looking to the inside of Kevin there. See if we can get on the inside of Truex as well. Nope, Truex is going to come down. We'll roll out, let Truex get down to the bottom and keep Kevin to our outside. Oh, wow, really loose there on the gas, trying to get back under Martin, but the right rear is starting to fade. We don't have the bite we need to get off the corners. But Martin will pass the 10 of Almirola. We can follow him through and make that spot up easily and carry that momentum right down under the 19 and get into 4th place. Brandon has stretched out his lead a bit over William Byron and Denny Hamlin. So far, so good. We've lost a little bit of time to Brandon based on where we started, but we are making up ground on everyone else. It's just Brandon had that clean air the entire race, and it is a very tough thing to overcome when we're racing in traffic. But with Hamlin and Byron running side by side, we'll be able to close this gap very quickly. Yeah, setting it into turn 1 nice and easy, getting back to the gas as early as we can, and we chopped a good portion of that lead away from Hamlin and Byron. We'll be looking to pit in the next couple laps time, and also looking out for the AI to pit as well. Oh, good run off of 4. We're going to get a 2-for right here. They choked up each other for sure. Byron does get clear of Hamlin on that outside groove, but now it's just us and Brandon, and looking to see where he is. Wow, really loose on turn 4 exit, so Brandon has indeed pitted. We'll be coming down this time as well. We're thinking right side tires. We don't want to get hit from behind, so we'll arc up and then cut down as quickly as we can. Now they're too close. Not going to pit this particular lap. I'll see if I can gap them just a little bit more to get a clean pit road entry. There's Brandon coming off of pit road there. So Brandon is going to be making up a lot of time from here on out. We have to get to pit road as soon as we can so we don't give up a whole lot. We have a little bit better lead this time around. Feeling a little bit better. We're going to come down to pit road, down to the bottom, let them go to the outside. And there we go, nice and easy, 3,500 in 2nd gear. And we will indeed do right sides and 1 can of fuel. Everyone else stays out. We need this to cycle through and stay green. That side-by-side racing I'm not too keen of. We want everyone single file for this. But right sides and fuel, boys, let's go. Right sides are on, waiting for that fuel to drop. There we go. Back to 3,500 in 2nd gear. We'll see where Brandon comes out in the grand scheme of things. And there we go, drop the hammer. And here comes Brandon, I believe, in the mirror. Yes, indeed, right there. We need to get up to speed. We don't want to spin the tires on the bottom of the apron. So a little bit conservative exit for us, but that apron is extremely loose on the bottom. We have the 88 and the 9 and the 48, so it looks like the Hendrick cars have not pitted. There goes Chase Elliott down to the bottom, and the 88 as well, so they will do their stops. And it looks like we actually did gain on Brandon just a little bit, considering where he was before that exchange. We'll be making a pass on all of these cars down at the bottom, Harvick and Truex, and there's Byron. So this is for position as Byron comes back up on the track. We'll be running in third. It makes me wonder if William took just fuel only instead of tires, but we're able to hook that outside lane. Try not to get into the wall, just a scrape, and Byron holding right there on the bottom. Oh, Willie B not giving us any room to maneuver. And back down to the bottom. So eyes out of the mirror, we've got that pass done. We have cycled back through to second, and Brandon has really extended that lead. Yeah, fighting with William and possibly a good lap from Brandon has set that apart. So we are in basically chase mode, trying to get this done. I don't know if there will be lap traffic involved or not. With this cycling through, the back markers who took fuel and tires will be much slower than us, that's for sure. It may come down to lap traffic. Not seeing any lap traffic, but getting down to under 10 laps to go here. And we need to make sure that everything we do is on point. William Byron has really dropped out of third place. No pressure from behind, so it's all eyes out front. See if we can drive as best we can. And taking care of our tires as well, just in case there is a late race restart. We want to have some wear left on our tires. I don't know how hard Brandon's running, but he's definitely laying down some fast laps in front. Missed the entry on turn 3 with that bottoming out strategy. The right sides are not up to pressure yet. As those pressures go up, the splitter shouldn't hit too awful hard. We are making a lot of speed though from our revs going into turn 1. We're just as fast as we were before pit stops, and indeed it shows in the mirror. Byron is a good 4 or 5 seconds behind us easily. And at this pace, we may indeed catch lap traffic. A little bit less grinding on the splitter there for us into turn 3. And it looks like we caught a little bit of Brandon's lead away. We are gaining a little bit. He isn't so far out in front. So let's keep doing what we're doing here. We are eating into that lead. And there is one lap car. Brandon will probably make short work of him. Thinking it won't be too awful hard to get around just one single lap car unless he doesn't hold his line. Much like we can't hold our line going into turn 3, bottoming out like that. But we are holding station. I think turn 1 and 2 is where we really make most of our speed up. We're a little bit free off of turn 2, but that launch down the entire back straightaway is where we really make up time. We just need to get a better turn 3 entry here. And it just grinds so bad, dive bombing into turn 3 like that. It's tough to keep the car under. But we are continuing to chop a little bit of that lead off. Maybe a few tenths here or there, looking at it visually. We ground the left side a little bit going into turn 1 and 2, driving hard and side-by-side lap traffic now. That will make things interesting. If they stay side-by-side, Brandon might have to make an aggressive, evasive maneuver. That was a much better turn 3 and 4, I believe. Touched the apron a little bit. And let's see what that does for our overall straightaway speed. Not as good on the overall speed. We weren't on the chip like we sometimes are. Really free through turns 1 and 2, skating it, just driving it with the throttle. And now it's almost to the point where Brandon is in the windshield the entire time. And the 0-0 of Quinn Houff right there, but the white flag is out already. Just one lap left of this race, and I don't think, even with Quinn Houff's pace, we can catch Brandon if he doesn't get by him. Yeah, I bet Brandon really started to roll back, saved his tires, choosing not to pass Quinn Houff because he has all the time in the world here. And we're not going to be able to get him. Really stepping out, turns 3 and 4. Now he looks to the inside to pass, but that will be checkered flag. Brandon will take the win. We will come across the line in second. Let's take a look at our other competitors. In third place, we have William Byron. Good job, William. Then we have Kevin Harvick in fourth, Martin Truex Jr. in fifth. In sixth place, Eric Almirola. Seventh place, Denny Hamlin. Eighth place, Ryan Blaney. Ninth place, Kyle Busch. And rounding out your top 10 is Daniel Hemrick. And looking at that start, it was a pretty tight start, that is for sure. Looking on this initial start here, we got a good run coming off the corner. Just trying to get from Hemrick, and a couple 3 wides right there. The restarts were really the only time to really make some passes. 3 wide there. I mean, our starting spot put us behind the 8 ball just a bit. But overall, not a bad race for us indeed. So let's take a look after the standings of Chicago. Brandon with his 5th win of the year. We're still sitting at 8 with Harvick, Kyle Busch, William Byron, and Clint Bowyer with 1 win apiece. Kurt Busch is your cutoff driver by 13 positions over Austin Dillon, 28 over Keselowski. So the gap is starting to grow. Logano 11 to the good. 1 race separates 13th through 18th. So as we continue on, the points may gap out, and we next week have the doubleheader. The originally scheduled doubleheader from Pocono. We'll be doing two 10-lap races instead of one 20-lap race. So look for those next week. But that will do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week for the doubleheader at Pocono. Take care.